YouTube always seems to take a little longer. Oh, either way, I'm David from PhotoPixel, and I am continuing work on Family Tree, a small puzzle game which you can try out. Just go to the URL that will show at the bottom of here when I switch to the other scene. Last time I was working on the level progression system, simplistically tracking which level it's on. It's not saved yet because I haven't done the save load system yet, but that's all done. And I had it generating different sizes of tree depending on the level number, and I was just about to, but ran out of time, generate empty slots from have the number of empty slots be based on the level number, essentially. So let's jump over to there. Let's run that to see where it was up to. And yeah, I'm still working on level progression system, so that thing is there is correct. So good. While that's loading, I'll just jump straight into here. And figure out just what I was up to. Let's zoom a little. It might be a little better for the stream. A little more zoomed. So here we're generating the people tree, and this is what was new, passing in the number of empty slots that we want in the tree. And here's the game. How are we going here? Is that button working? It appears to be not working. This whole thing seems a bit frozen. I've had Unity open since last time, and that was for some time. Maybe there's something wrong with it. Let me just open my task manager here and see what's going on. And let's get my volume controlled a little. Looks like we're just hitting a lot of CPU here. And memory. What have I got open here that I can kill? So Unity just does not seem like it wants to respond. So I might have to close that down and start it up again. Yeah, I think I have to. Just double check that I haven't got a dialogue open somewhere. Yeah, I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. Lovely little crash there. don't know if you call it a crash exactly. Right, so just grab my little patch file that opens that project. Just skips Unity Hub so that that is not slowing down the process. All right, so it's going to be loading for a while. I should still be able to write some code in the meantime. This looks a little messy, but it's from last stream, and it's basically a representation of what I'm up to, especially this messy thing down here. It doesn't zoom. There we go. So in green here, I've got a representation of the family tree that's being generated, and I was thinking about how I want to have the empty slots arranged, and ultimately I think I decided I want empty slots just going left to right for the moment, just simplistically left to right. But then after that, I'll probably have it maybe do like left to right on the top two generations, something like that. What does that bling noise mean that I just heard? Still getting the hang of the streaming tools here, but that definitely sounded like maybe a Stream Elements noise of some kind. I can't see a chat message. I probably should have been watching the stream there. Or I should open it on here and have a chance. No, don't want to update my phone. Not right now. Anyway, let me run that again and see if I can crash it again or something. I hope that's not something where I've just got some code that crashes things here. Uh-oh, it is. Oh dear. I just noticed this. This is an infinite loop. There's nothing in here to change this condition. So yeah, whoops. Was not in a state where I should have run it at that point. Well, if somebody liked or subscribed or followed or whatever, thanks for doing that. I heard a noise, but I wasn't watching the stream at the time. So I think I should look at the stream as soon as I hear that noise. That's the impression I've got. Okay, so infinite loop here. So I better keep working on that. I'm sure I have a some sort of set of events somewhere. Oh, there. Oralgi followed, I think, 1 minute ago. Yeah, that's what that was. Figured it out. Thank you, Oralgi. Hope you're getting some value out of this, even if I don't have any idea how my streaming software is working. Okay, I'm going to jump in and write some code because time is ticking and the world does not stop, even though I want more time to make games. Yeah, so we're traversing a tree, a binary tree from left to right, which we could do with a recursive algorithm that's not going to have a very deep stack because we're only looking at something like 4, maybe 5 generations. So this tree only has one-way connections, so the slot points to its parent slots, but there's nothing pointing to the child slot, so we have no way to traverse both ways. We basically want to follow the connection all the way up to the rightmost node. This is if we're going right to left. Set it to known. Let me grab that picture again. Here. So given, gosh, that's messy. Let's start a new one. Yeah, that. Add a new one. Name this tree traversal. Okay. And pick a color. All right, so we've got a tree. Let's give it 3 layers just to keep it fairly simple. And we're talking about traversing the tree. In this case, let's say right to left, which means we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the pattern there is to first do the right tree, then the actual node, and then the left tree. So if you're here, you'll do this, then this, then that, and this is the right tree. So if you're here, you'll do that, then that, then that. So it's just a little recursive algorithm. And because we can't traverse backwards, I think I probably just need to keep a little array that is a stack of the nodes. So let's say that's like A, B, C, and so on. Then we'd start with A as the base of the tree, and we go, okay, let's go to its right-hand parent, which is C. Let's go D, E, F, G. And then we'll go to its right branch, which is G. And then it has no parent, so we'll process that. And then go back to the stack. We've already done the right parent, so we'll process this one and then add its, start processing its left parent. Something like that would probably work. Or I could just do it recursively, which I think will work better. Let's do a recursive one. Then we don't need to keep track of this. We just need to keep track of like this node and its connections in one thing. So I have to do a recursive call there. So just go open the little slot connection. Not that slot connection. No, the let me just jump straight back where I was. The level generator here. Person node is what I want. Each of these is a person node. So that's what I want. What am I doing? Let's press F12 on that one. So do I want to put that in here? Why is this not a struct? I'm wondering. I'm not sure why I didn't make this a struct. Anyway, let's just call this traverse RTL, right to left. Well, I'll spell it out, just makes it a little more obvious. And what we're going to put here is some kind of callback to call. Probably be an IEnumerable, would it? Let's have a look. I'm really not getting Google. That was happening last time. I wasn't getting google.com working, but I could open like DuckDuckGo. I'd be surprised if Google is actually down. So must be some other weird thing happening. Anyway, let's have a look here. Implement callback functions, .NET. That could. What's going on with my network here? I mean, I'm streaming, but I should still have enough bandwidth left to look at a website. Okay, so that worked. That didn't work. That didn't work. Has someone cut the big internet cable that runs across the bottom of the ocean or something? I'm going to use this little computer and see if I can basically just load the same thing. Meanwhile, let's just try some results from different sites. Yeah, they're working. Weird. Oh well. Proper documentation's better. Someone's trying to figure it out. I would say read the docs, but apparently they're down. It's been blocked by cause policy by the look of it. Good. Actions. Blah. Okay, where does action come from? We'll try that. And here's someone else's example. So they've got delegate, callback event handler, event, callback event handler, callback. Yeah, it looks like delegates. That sounds right. I haven't used them for a while. And this is a just call it a node traversal handler. And it just is going to take the node. So there we go. So that defines the type of the callback that will be passed into here. And so what's the scenario they're doing just here? And what is the difference between that and an action? Well, let's go with the delegate for now. And oh yeah, so that's sender and args. So when you click a button, subscribe, one of those. So that's calling the callback. Why is that not passing it in here? Well, look at this action. Really, why is MSTN not working here? Why am I not just trying a different browser? Yeah. Working on Firefox. Not sure what your problem is. Chrome. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that action system. Oh, thank you for showing me a banner. That's fine. Okay, so we can have an action that takes some types. encapsulate a method that has a single parameter and does not return a value. And it's got a type, so it's still delegate. Here is an example. With the contents of a list. That's a bit like what we're doing, just a different type of collection. The example doesn't declare an action T variable. There's a reference to a method that takes a single parameter and that does not return a value to the list. For each method. All right, so we're not declaring one, but let's see, we've got these names, which is a list, and then we're calling for each and passing in a print to that. It's just using this method here that's defined somewhere. And this anonymous method feature to display the contents of the list to the console. Names for each. There we go. So that's just an anonymous method defined in line there. And I think that might be what I'm going to use there. So instead of all that, I think we basically just want here to have an action that takes a person node. Do we want the whole node? I don't think we want the whole node, actually. We probably want just the person data. Because that's the whole point. That's what's held in here. Let's just call that action, because it is. And we're just going to go right-hand side. One day I'll learn how to type. Right-hand side tree, node, left-hand side tree. All right, so the node itself, that's easy. We just call the action on the data in this node. So on this, that represents this bit here, which is just there. So that bit's done. But first we better do this right-hand side tree, and this is going to be only if there is a right-hand side tree. So that's parent 2 is the right-hand side tree. So if parent 2 is not equal to null, then we'll traverse the right-hand side tree. And what that really means is we'll call this same action on this node here. So it's basically we're just going to call parent2 node. So there's a recursive call. It's a method calling itself, either directly or indirectly. And so there we go. Now, what is your problem here? It's because I haven't got an actual action. Yeah, so where's that documentation again? I think I need to wrap that in the in this. No, it should be this action here. Oh yeah. I've done this wrong. I want to call traverse on that parent using the same action. So whatever action has been passed in, we're doing that there. And you can probably guess the left-hand side traversal from there, that, which is just going to be the same but parent one. And that is what I love about recursive code. It means that basically with this, which I'll just turn into like this to make it a bit more concise. There. Those 3 lines there give us the full traversal of the tree. And if we do the same thing and swap those two, that'll give us a traversal the other way. So that's very nice. And now let's see if we can actually use that in the level generator. Yeah, so I think we want to basically do a traverse here. And the action is going to be, I think, like that. Delegate and so. Person data, not node. Oh, but that's not. Let's have a look here. What I want to do is change this slot type. So I do need the whole node, not just the person data. So there, we're not calling that with data, we're calling that with this. And back to where we were, level generator. I'm going to put that all the way on the left here so that it's easy to find that one. Okay, so we're dealing with the whole node because that has a slot type. And basically just not going to need that while loop, but we'll grab that for if. So I'll set that to a known slot. Otherwise, it'll just continue the traversal and just skip this every time. So we shouldn't need that, but right now it'll just do that for every single one because we're not changing this. So I'll do that minus minus. So I could make a special traversal that just traverses a certain amount of them and then stops. But this is simple enough. I'm not using it all over the place. This is the only time it's traversing. So not worth writing that code. Okay, so this should be doing that. We now don't want to do that. We'll let that be controlled completely by this. And that now should not have an infinite loop, and we should have something that can run wonder where that console error came from. That was in a canvas scaler. Camera drag 220. Okay, so that's Minimax camera bounds. Trying to access those. I don't think that's a real issue. I think that's something that happened when I crashed Unity before. Okay, so now this is level, just click on Game Manager there. So current level is 1 here. Let's get that zoomed in. Okay, so that is good. That seems to work. I can't move these people out of the slots. They're locked in. And that is exactly what this code is supposed to do. Level 1 should have 1 empty slot. And it's just the tutorial level, basically. And there we go. And next level, 2. And yeah. So we've got, so the slots from left to right. And this camera is reversed, so maybe it's that way. The slots from left to right are... I'll purposely do this wrong. Those two can't be the parents of this one because where are they going to get the blue hair from? So that is that way. Yeah, so I'm expecting the empty slots to be from right to left. Sorry, left to right, because I've set known slots from the other way. All right, cool. Again, I think I'll again do it wrong on purpose. So we got 2 with short hair. They're not going to make 1 with long hair. So we've got to swap that one. So we've got that whole bit of the tree done. Now this is interesting. This is where I think I want to change how that traversal's happening. And first be filling in the top view there. But I might need to watch that back later and see if the cursor was off or on that person, but I dragged the page. So, all right, so we've got people with hair and someone who's bald. You don't get someone who's bald from 2 people with hair. So what else do we have? We've got someone with long curly hair. These 2 couldn't make long hair, so that must be the final person. And I can't tell the difference between these 2, so I think they're going to be interchangeable. Wait, that makes... Does that make any sense? Oh, okay. I guess, oh yeah, long hair plus no hair means short hair. Okay, that's basically working. I would like to improve that a little, where I'd like to have the person at the bottom filled in. Level 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty slots. I'll keep playing this just to get to the next level of tree and confirm that it's working. There's no reason to think it shouldn't be. Okay, someone who's bald. They either... I think we're going to combine blue and yellow somehow. And I think if their hair was any longer in this slot, then that person wouldn't be bald. We can't have very long hair like this for the final slot, so it'll have to be one of these. And I think this person must have, like, if they had hair, it would be straight. So I might try like this. Yeah. Okay, this is the final level of the 3-tier tree. Okay, let's just bring some of these in, zoom a bit. And all right. Well, you can't go here because you would have green hair with a parent. I'm going to add more hair colors, by the way. When I get when I finish with the main systems, I'm going to go and add a bunch more hair colors, and that will change this a bit. I think it might reduce the challenge, maybe. I'm not sure. It'll add variety at least. Okay, you two are very likely related. I mean, well, everyone will be related in some way. Short hair here. Let's say, oh, there's nobody with, this is the only other person with straight hair. Well, I think they're going to go there, because otherwise we get a straight hair here. I think you're going to be a parent of one of these, and wait, this hair's longer. Yeah, that's hair's too long for that. Let's go with longer hair here. Oh no, because neither of these could have the long hair. So that long hair, let's say, is there. Oh, doesn't quite work. The skin color is too dark there. Oh, I think maybe that one there. I can't actually see. Oh no, it does look a little different because these shadows, these ones have the shadow. Although that's something I was going to fix. That's the highlight shadow color. Okay, those parents each work, but there's something about it that doesn't add up. That's short wavy hair, that's medium wavy hair. I think that skin color's okay there. These two are identical, aren't they? So why can't you be the parent of that one? Your hair is too long. We'll need someone with shorter hair here. Okay, that's working. But that won't work. Your skin's not dark enough. Your hair's too short. Oh, it feels so close, but that's not going to work. Okay. There we go. All right, now we've got the whole tree. We've got to figure out all of this. Wait. We've got, yeah, that's enough people. All right, well, we'll tend towards the middle traits, so green hair or medium length hair, wavy hair, and intermediate skin tones. Okay, I'm going to put the longest hair at the top. And what can we combine that with? No hair. This is wavy hair. Okay, let's do that. That could be one option. And let's maybe do this with not that. This with this makes this. I think the color is right. The skin would be darker with those parents. So this might actually belong here with... oh, you can't be... Why can't this one be that parent? Oh, because, yeah, you wouldn't have blue hair. Maybe that goes there. No. Can these three... Oh. Can those three work like that? They can. Bit of a puzzle, this. Which is good because that's the whole point. What have I got wrong? I could test each combination, couldn't I? I should be able to infer them, but that combination works. That combination also works. Oops. Could we have somebody bald and medium hair makes short hair? Did it. Okay. Now this is the moment of truth. Since I hit this, we should have 4 layers of people, 4 generations shown, and we should have 8 empty slots. There we go. It worked. It feels a bit weird having just half of the tree like that. It'd be nice if it was kind of randomized across the tree, although I don't know. That would be a different puzzle. I'll have to review that, but I think for now I have succeeded in doing that, generating empty slots based on the level number, which is good, and I didn't really grab myself anything else at the start of this stream to get the my work cut out for me. I better not complete this now because I'm going to use up the whole stream just playing this if I do that. So let's stop that. Now that that's working, and that's level progression system working, I think probably just for polish later. That's interesting. Yeah, for polish later, just change which slots are empty, which slots are known. More scattered, or different arrangements. And that could be a different interaction of the level progression system. Part of that will come from figuring out what types of trees are more or less difficult to untangle. I think one where you have to build the whole tree is the most difficult because you haven't got any information about sort of to lock down something. So if it was just like every other slot empty, that would be easier than having a whole half of the tree empty. Okay, so I'm going to make a commit of that. Just make sure everything's saved here. That's saved. And let's open this Git UI, and yeah, I'll keep leaving that off. That's just showing the debug canvas instead of the main menu. And it's happening every single time. Anyway, level generator, we've got, yeah, we've changed the signature of that. I don't think this comment is needed. Okay, now this one, yep, that's not a thing anymore. Okay. So how does that code look? Set enough slots to name. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. That was a useful comment back when it was reminding me what I was about to do. Base of tree should be known person. Where's that? Oh, it's a deleted line. No, of course. Don't mind me. I swear my brain works pretty well. Just not all the time. And we've added using system here. Why? Probably because of that action. Yeah, system.action. No problem, that makes sense. Great. The code looks good. It's always good to have code be reviewed, even if it's by yourself. By someone else is better. But my habit that I've developed over the years is when I'm making my commit, that's my time to do my self-code review. I'm usually working in a team, not on this project, but usually in a team where somebody's going to review that code as well before it gets merged in to the main branch. But in my case, this is just all going straight on main since it's a solo project. And I'm not using multiple concurrent branches to track releases. I should really tag my releases in here. I might update my script to do that. So in Git, you can basically have a tag, which is just a pointer to a commit where a release was made, for example. And I'm sure I could update my editor script to do that. All right. So what is this? Set known slots based on level number. There. It's committed. Now I need to figure out what to do next during the next half hour or so of stream that I have today. And I didn't put anything in up next. I woke up late, so I just jumped straight on stream and got started. Now looking at prototyping phase, I think now that I have level progression, it does make sense to do the save load system. But I might save that for the next stream, so I'll actually put that into up next, or I'll just apparently drag only the letter E to up next. I'm going to do something dangerous. I'm going over to this here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm bad at thinking. If you've watched the stream before, you'll know that I sometimes forget to switch back to the development view. But I think this is better for seeing this. I just need a big thing on my screen here that says that I'm on this. Anyway, so I think I want to actually just get that volume control in there, because I think that'll be a bit quicker. And so let's start with the basic system. So yeah, that'll just be a user settings. Well, that user settings, because I've got settings that I can set, but that are 100% at development time, not things that can be changed at runtime of the game. I mean, I can change them while it's running here, but once I deploy, they're going to be fixed. So yeah, let's jump into that. I think I want to add an extra little point under here. So maybe it would be better to do the save system first, because then I could put this stuff straight into it. Let's just jump into this. More chance of getting the full save load cycle working in a single stream next time. All right, what am I doing? Changing back to that. Excellent. My working memory has worked. It's meeting its description. What are you doing, Unity? I don't think I've changed anything. Well, okay, cleaned up the code a little, but that's all. Okay, that compile might go a bit faster if I split this up into a few assemblies. Just got this one assembly here for the game at the moment. All right, so settings. How am I going to set my settings? Yeah, let's create a dialog for settings. So I'll just jump into my UI manager here. I need to have this screen down a bit lower for ergonomics. Pull myself up a bit higher. Let's do a UI canvas there. And this will be settings. Okay, settings dialog. Let's just hide this debug canvas. We only want one of these showing at a time. Wondering where I want this to be accessible from. I might want to actually make myself a little state machine for these to make sure that it's only one showing at a time. Anyway, let me just get this here. Okay, do we have a canvas scaler here? Doing it an overlay. How am I sizing this? The screen space overlay as well. Canvas scaler is doing some stuff there. So pixel size, no thank you. These guys are both doing this kind of thing. Actually, I'll just copy that component and paste its values in here, just to make sure that is scaling in the kind of way that I want. All right, what do I want here? Now, I actually want to change how my menus are displayed. So at the moment, like this main menu, it looks horrible for starters. But basically, I don't want it to look like this. I want it to be sort of on the book. So I might actually change those to be world space and allow the zoom to just work. Let me just think for a moment. Yeah, I want to change the victory dialogue to instead be, just something small that says you finished the level, and something then you click to the next level. Something that's not covering up the whole thing. But the main menu, I want that to actually be a page of the book. I'm just thinking of the two ways I can do that. I can either just have the same image and just line it up there, or I could leave the background and just not show any of that that tree while you're on the menu. I think the overlay using that background thing would be a better way to go. So yeah, I'll do that for now. I'll just have it just show the whole book, basically. So let's just put an image here, and that image, closed book. Do we have open book? Yep. Open book image there. All right. Now, I'm holding down Shift to lock my aspect ratio here. Now, an issue I'm having right here is, depending on the shape of the screen, the aspect ratio, I may or may not actually be able to see that whole thing. I think I might make this stretch. How can I have it stretch and maintain its aspect ratio? Preserve aspect. So I think that means if I change its size, its aspect will be preserved. So that's good. The downside so far is that it's doing it the wrong way. I wanted to do it the other way. Let's see. Image type. It is I kind of need a sliced book that can expand in the middle with repeated sections, but this has not been designed that way. What's all this? It's not a raycast target at all. To stretch on both dimensions. So those are the anchors. What's this? I think that's meant to be 0, and it's just the error bar on where I dragged it. What's that? Raw edit. Interesting. All right. That's something I kind of want to Google. Want to maintain aspect at fill. Is this a bit like what someone's, what I'm trying to do? Oh, and fit. This is probably more of what I'm looking at. Okay, that bit I've got. Acts as a background, maintains aspect ratio, automatically scales to fit the game view. That could be what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so we've got an image. aspect ratio fitter. All right, is this the same thing? Probably. Okay, so aspect ratio fitter, is that a component? It is, okay. With the height. Envelope parent or fit in parent? Envelope parent, is that? Okay, that's looking pretty good. If I didn't have that on there, but that. Okay, so it goes wider or taller as needed. I don't know if that makes any difference. I think this one here might be just irrelevant at this point. Yeah, well, that's got it. Perfect. That is on the image. Okay, let's make the rest of this. How am I going for time? I've got about 15 minutes left. So, wish I'd built a lot more UIs lately because then I'd be going a lot quicker on this part, get into the actual interesting settings code. But this is just something that we're going to need to hang those settings off. Put that there, probably to indicate that I'm working on that. And let me actually update this current task shown on the stream. Definitely want to write a little plugin for OBS that will integrate my to-do list with OBS properly. This is settings, user settings system. Okay. Now, I'll just add a new UI panel here. And this is the actual content of, I should not leave it in that image, but put it next to that image. There, and that will be named something like, this is the content. And I actually would like that content to just fit exactly in there. Zero? Yep, 0. Okay. So that's fitting exactly in there. And stretching, which is what I want. And I might just give this thing an aspect ratio fitter. Because that looks like a wonderful kind of thing to have. Then I'll fit in parent. And that will keep that green outline is showing where it is. So I might I'll base the some assertions failed. Doesn't matter if the game's not running. I actually would like to see if I can get that image adjusted such that it will so that when we're like this, the image will be centered. Let's preserve aspect there, and just so right now it's snapping to the edge. Can we increase that scale? Oh, like that. And 1.32, hey? Let's just do 1.3. 1.3. Yeah, but just scale it like that. Although is this, if I set that to 1.3, it slices off a bit. Try that again with 1.1. And oh yeah, okay. So if I do this, if I set that number too high, it'll have borders, and too low, it'll have stuff over the top. So I don't want that. I can set that to 1.3 if I scale that 1.3 or something. I don't know. Let's go with 1 and 1.3 here. Scaling on both, because I think that does what I want it to. No, it doesn't. It's not doing what I want at all. Why is it not doing what I want? Is it anything to do with this stuff? Let me clear that. Not sure how the geometry of this thing is working, what these numbers are doing here exactly. So I'll just keep it like that. And I'll just put my content, I'll just sort of keep that in the right area that I want. Okay, so this is being controlled by that aspect ratio feeder, I think. So if I just go like that, let's move it like that, and wouldn't mind moving that image across a little, but let's just go like that. Yeah, that's not quite doing what I want. I'll fix that display later. I don't want that to slow down getting the settings working. Yeah, fix the background so the book is always. How do I describe that? Yeah, make the book fill the viewport when possible. So right now, uses too much width and height. There we go. Okay. In an ideal world where I was planning to spend longer on this project, rather than having a bunch of others to get on with, I would do like a page turning effect or switching to and from the menus. And maybe one day I'll do that, but not today. So yeah, right now that content is, oh, well, what I might be able to do here though, the depending on the aspect ratio that has, so we're showing, yeah, this is stretching out to show the full width. Or the full height. I'm sure that I learned how to fit things, how to fit the play area. I think that was more controlling how the camera zoomed. But essentially I wanted to say these areas over here on this are like optional. And this area here is what has to fit. I swear I think I could do that by just having the image. If I just turn that off, stretch the image out to fill the viewport as best I can. So at this point, just move it to here, for example. I make the viewport the right aspect ratio and just take that there, that there. Something like this as my basis. So if I start with that, and I might just save this. If I was using Git on the command line, I would stage those changes. But now if I do this, that just fits it straight back down to that size. So that's interesting. So I think I need a different type of aspect ratio fitter here. Or I need the image to be on a panel. UI panel that has no background image on it. And we remove that entirely. And then I give that the aspect ratio fitter of envelope parent 1. Okay. And set that to stretch. Okay, now I'll take the image, put it on that panel, stretch the image outside the panel. Let's turn that off. Do what I did before, just stretch it to where I like. There. And now what happens? Still not quite there. It is changing size, right? But it's doing the opposite of what I want. It's or it's just not scaling quite right. Anyway, okay, I've got to stop messing with that. Just pop that there, put that there, ignore the fact that the background doesn't look how I want it to. Disable that panel for now. This is our content. I need to add some settings here. So I'll just grab myself a UI text. And I think I want to volume. So my main volume text. Okay, now do I want that to be positioned there? No background. Just go with black for the moment. There we go. Volume. That looks horrible, and that's fine. Now we'll just do a slider here. Just keep everything fairly defaulty there. Wow, that circle looks horrible when you stretch it out like that. Doesn't matter. I'll make that look how I want it to later. Okay, so we've got this slider, and we'll just call that volume slider. And I think I'll just put that in a little panel just to organize it. Do I need a panel? I think I can just do empty game object and put that there and these two in it. Volume control and okay. Just pop those things there into the correct area. Let me just put that there. Actually, I'll line it up with the grid. Yeah, right there. I'll line that up with the grid over there. Just so that I can then position these and know where I'm positioning them compared to that. And then let's get that here. So, okay. That seems fine enough. Okay, so this should be positioned. Just anchor that to the top there, so it will stay roughly. Okay, let's stay. That background sort of changes all over the place. Oh well, that'll do for now. I'm not going to worry about that. Am I? What if I go like that? Yeah, all right. That seems roughly okay. What I really want is for the content to scale. It's aspect ratio scaler and for this image to be part of it. Maybe that's what I want. No, that's giving me those nasty things there. Never mind. Put that back where it was. Oh, that's the one. I'll keep it from. Yeah. Okay. So that looks bad, but I got to get over it looking bad. And also, I'm slightly over time here, so I think I'm going to need to finish that later. So there you go. That is how to spend a bunch of time messing about with UI stuff and not actually get anything hooked up. But now I've got this slider, and so that is what I'm going to use. When the value changes, I'll need a method for that. So I need to do a big cleanup on these. Can make a new folder here for my settings or user settings. So it's going to have everything that's involved in that system, including that settings dialog. But I think I'll just make a little script here for volume control. And that will go on in just one moment. I'll try to remember to put that on the volume control slider. What do I... UI slider? Volume slider. Looks good. All right, so put that onto here. Now that has... When I save that and it reloads, it'll have that slider on here. And I can drag that slider into there. That will give me the slider to control. Go. And I can wire it up here by adding to this list on value changed. Value, so volume changed. There. Yes, we'll just call it volume changed. And this slider is going to give what kind of value? Oh, I know. I might be able to wire this up automatically. Volume slider dot value changed plus equals volume changed. I did that on purpose to get this error. Slider event. Void, so this returns void. So what we want is a slider event. So what is a slider event? Don't know. Yeah, I might just not do it that way anyway. I might just look at the docs. Okay, slider. Yes, I want to go to the current version. I don't want this legacy thing. And hopefully it's not showing it anymore. UI slider, please. I'm guessing it's just going to receive a float. So card properties. It's either going to receive a float or it's going to receive nothing, and then we need to look up the current value. It's got send event twice. Interesting. Send event. Just a base event. I'm just going to do that and say this takes a float. Why did it do that? Oh, because I typed float. Okay. Maybe a float will work better. Just log that. There. That's a good start. We don't want to do anything there. I could code that to kind of wire itself up. So this script will find a slider and add a callback into there, but it's not worth it. Okay, so we'll just add the volume control and volume control, volume changed. There. So that's all saved up yet. All right. Just looking for that to log a volume, log a slider position, which is probably between 0 and 1. It's been a while since I used a slider. Okay, we've gone up to 0.18. At the top it's 1. And we're going to here, yep. That's giving a lot of events because it's every frame. I don't know if that's bad or how bad that might be. Put that about there. But yes, that does seem to be doing that. So I could do something to have it like not just update the volume every moment. Oh, we need something to actually control the volume on. And this is going to be the main volume, actually. So this is, I could use this to set the volume on just the music or just the sound effects, but I think I want to see if there's a way I can control the volume for just everything. Like the master volume of this. So I'm going to do a little search for that. So that's audio source. Universally change volume in C#. This does not look like it's just at all related to Unity. Audio slider done right. It's sort of like Unity master volume. That's the sort of thing I'm trying to do. Audio listener. Oh. It's the audio listener on the camera that we want to control, isn't it? What's that? Audio listener volume equals new volume. So this will need to be saved as well, but wait, this is like all audio listeners, isn't it? Is it? There. All right. Sounds like I'm needed out there, so I'm going to wrap up this stream as soon as I have tested this. Just run that. Okay. Are we running here? There we go. Okay, there is music. This slider, I should have that default to like 1. Okay, music is up. Music is quiet. Let me just hide that and grab my debug canvas to start a level. Okay, that sounds that loud. And now I'll go into I'll show my settings dialog. Turn the volume louder. It's that loud. Make it no sound. That's got no sound. Okay, good. That's starting out fine. That works. So I'll just do a quick little fix on this just to say the initial value of that slider here should be, it's going between 0 and 1, left to right, current value 0.5, like so. And here, just set it to the volume slider value actually. So yeah, nothing on update. Don't need that. Don't need, this has gone back to the default templates since I reinstalled, since I installed the latest Unity. And I know I've mentioned it a few times, but eventually I'll get around to fixing that. Don't need that debug log. All right, so I think that, say that's volume control working, and that may be the only thing. We've got a dialog that exists, so I'll just leave that to possibly fix next time, or maybe that'll be later on for polish. Just going to create a commit, and then I'll end the stream there. Oh, I don't have any way to actually show and hide that. So that's going to be what I do next. All right, let's make that commit. Okay, now I think I'll just include that whole thing. Yep. I know that's sort of showing this over the top of that, but that's fine. That's where we're at. So get our volume control script, its meta, user settings folder, and that's scene. So yeah, there we go. So thanks for watching. Next stream, look at getting that settings able to open and close from the rest of the game, so it's actually usable. And I think that's the only setting that I want for now. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done and move on to save load. You have been watching my stream, which is, I need to work on all this blurb stuff. Anyway, like, follow, subscribe if you want to, and I will keep making this game until it's made. Then I'll make another one. Thanks for watching.